That's her username. This is the same girl that's bringing forth all these allegations. For clarification, he did not SA me. So let's get that straight at Jump Street. This chick is not coming out saying Cory did no fucking foul shit to her, bro. At least not in that sense. Also, this woman is clearly not a minor. So we've already X'd out the two worst possible things that could be going on when people start talking like this. Either you getting accused of grape or of messing with a kid. We can already throw both of those out the window. That ain't what this is. So what is this? Let's keep it going. CoryxKenshin. Allegations. Never thought I'd see the day, man. Full story. Video by Trey Guest. Say it ain't so, man. Say it ain't so. They coming for Cory. They coming for Cory, man. All right, let's see.
What is going on right
We got light-skinned Deshae Frost in the building. Light-skinned Deshae Frost. All right.
now? Y'all, so I'm just going on TikTok and I see a CoryX comment talking about he just got allegations put on him. I'm like, yo, what? I jumped right on the computer, y'all. I pulled up this girl's page because this is who it's coming from. I have not watched it yet. This is going to be my reaction first with you guys. We're all just finding this out together. So if you're not knowing what's going on, we're about to figure it out together.
Let's figure this shit out, man.
Here. Let's get into it, man. So this is apparently where she kicks it off. This video right here using the bacon avocado trend.
Bacon avocado.
What the fuck is the bacon avocado trend? I don't even know what that is.
CoryxKenshin. And he hurt me really bad. And I'm not the only one.
Huh? What?
Bacon avocado.
Okay. All right. Real quick. The bacon avocado trend on social media involves saying bacon avocado quickly and then saying something meaningful or heartfelt in slow motion. All right. Leave it to TikTok to come up with some fucking dumb bullshit like that. But all right.
What? Wait a minute. Not the only one? There's multiple?
First and foremost, look, you can never judge a book by its cover. But as soon as I seen this cover, I was like, oh, I already know where this going, bro. I ain't even worried about this, but we gonna keep it pushing.
Y'all, and allegations is one thing, but
I'm still on.
I'm still on.
Then I woke up again and it was
I seen the half shaved head. I was like, oh yeah. Okay. I see where this going.
Did you watch me sleep? Did you watch me sleep?
Yeah, I actually did something to you while you were asleep too.
What?
I'm sorry. I just got this fetish that I do. You know,
What?
I didn't hurt you. You're good, right?
What'd you do, Cory?
Don't worry about it.
Cory?
I didn't hurt you, right? And look, that is crazy.
Bro, that's fucking gamer Riz for you right there, man. Do I think Cory was admitting to doing anything foul? No, not at all. But that shit do just sound like weird, you know what I'm saying? I did something to you while you were sleeping. That shit sound weird, you know what I'm saying? But Cory is a fucking gamer, bro. You know what I'm saying? He a nerd, bro, like for real, through and through. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think he did no weird shit to her, though. She seems to be quite fine.
Not funny, but that's crazy, dog. That's crazy because free use is a thing where you and your partner talking about using each other's body whenever y'all wanted, but obviously they have not had this conversation. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Cory, what did you do?
Do nothing. Look, this came right in my face. I didn't do anything.
She's laughing. She seems to be in high spirits. She seems to be very much, you know what I'm saying, infatuated with Cory.
He did something, and I'm going to find out on the next episode of
Dragon Ball Z, where you going with this? I'm still on.
That's crazy. Allegations are one thing, but when you have an entire video like this, that's not really something you can kind of denying.
I ain't nothing to deny there. I think that looks like people are running jokes with each other to me. Now, before we dive any deeper, because I assume a lot of people didn't see this, and you guys can go ahead and follow me on X at YoungDonForever. But I went ahead and posted this. This is a screenshot from a story that she posted, the same chick. That's her username. This is the same girl that's bringing forth all these allegations. For clarification, he did not SA me. So let's get that straight at Jump Street. This chick is not coming out saying Cory did no fucking foul shit to her, bro. At least not in that sense. She's not accusing him of no diddy, no activities, no fucking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. No foul shit like that. Also, this woman is clearly not a minor. So we've already X'd out the two worst possible things that could be going on when people start talking like this. Either you getting accused of grape or of messing with a kid. We can already throw both of those out the window. That ain't what this is. So what is this? Let's keep it going.
At this point, it's not really an allegation. He literally just admitted to doing stuff to her when she was asleep without her consent, without any prior conversation. Y'all, we're about to go through all these parts. Apparently, she dropped 3 parts. So again, we're going to be looking at it for the first time together.
Well, look at her. She's a demon. She's actually a demon. That's not my opinion. She put the devil horns on. Come on now. What do you think this is, man? We about to find out.
So if you're not knowing what's going on, we're about to figure all of it out right here because it's all right here. So let's get started, man. Dear CoryxKenshin, I didn't want to owe you. I didn't want to do this, but stop. Damn, don't move so fast. Pause. I didn't want to do this, but I don't owe you my silence anymore. There's no clean way to start. Just that familiar weight in my chest while the world kept applauding someone who never showed up for me. I was never part of your world publicly. You made sure I stayed close, just far enough to be invisible. Your followers eat up the whole man of faith image you push, but faith without basic decency isn't faith. It's branding.
Damn. Taking shots at the Christian component. Well, fucking King David, he was God's favorite man, right? And he killed a nigga to fuck his wife, so nobody's Jesus. I ain't even gonna use this to say Cory a fake Christian or anything like that, bro. You know, bro, nobody's perfect under the sun, whether or not you claim to be a Christian or not. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, got a dark side to them. Nobody's perfect. So I'm not even going to use this to push fake Christian or anything like that. I don't think this means he don't believe in Jesus or no shit like that.
She low-key ate with that one. I ain't gonna lie. Because she's right. You talk about devotion, but act like hurting people in the private does not count. That's not devotion. That's hypocrisy. You fooled a lot of people, but not me.
He fooled people.
When I met you, I was at one of the lowest points in my life. I was still healing, still trying to remember how to love myself after going so long without it. I had all this love and nowhere to put it, and for a moment, your attention made me feel seen, like maybe I wasn't invisible anymore. Even writing this now has me crying so hard. I can barely breathe. The pain still lives in my body like it just happened yesterday. I'm not writing this because I still care. I'm writing this because I've carried too much in silence. You ghosted me, not because you were confused, but to teach me a lesson. You made me feel like I had to shrink just to earn a reply. Every move was calculated, even if I couldn't see it back then. Anytime I tried to speak up, you twisted it into something wrong with me. And while I sat alone, replaying every word, breaking myself apart just to make sense of it, they were out here calling you a positive role model.
I ain't see not one crime committed yet. I don't even see a toxic boyfriend. If he ghosted you for a reason. Maybe because you're fucking crazy. That's a possibility, but we'll see. I ain't saying that's what it is yet, but I'm seeing a lot of red flags, bro. I'm seeing a lot of shorty projecting a fantasy onto the situation between her and Cory that Cory never claimed that it was. I've seen this many times, bro.
They'll never know how many nights I cried quietly into my pillow, trying to convince myself it wasn't that bad.
And Corey is a good role model. Here's why: being a good role model isn't about being perfect. It's not about having no flaws. It's about when you are in the place to influence people, you use your platform in a way to influence them to be better people, right? To not be immoral people. This shit that was all happening behind the scenes has nothing to do with whether or not Corey's a good role model. Being a good role model is about setting a good example. Ain't about being perfect, right? Ain't about never hurting anybody.
So I wouldn't have to admit how deeply it broke me. You never showed up when it mattered. You only came around when it was convenient, when you wanted something, when it was easy. But when I needed care, support, the bare effing minimum, you vanished. That was your punishment. Silence, distance, disappearing like affection was something I had to earn. Like loving you too loudly meant I needed to be put in my place. That's crazy.
That's stalker conversation, bro. That's stalker, she too clingy language.
Treated my body, my heart, my time like they were things you could shelve and retrieve whenever it suited you, like I only existed when you needed to feel wanted. You made sure your absence cut deeper than your presence ever comforted. And the worst part, that kind of damage takes effort, so congratulations. And then came the subtle jabs. You once asked if I wanted to know how much you made. I said no because I didn't care. I've never depended on anyone. I've worked hard my whole life and made my own money. That's awesome.
I mean, that's not a flex. It's not a flex. It's not a condemnation on Corey. He was like, you want to know how much I make? A lot of people want to know how much Corey makes. That ain't crazy.
But still, you made me feel small for the job I had. That's crazy. Like I was a disappointment just for not living up to your standards.
Was he trying to flex on her? For sure. For sure. He was trying to let her know that I'm really that nigga. I really do this for real. You know, I post 2 times a year and I make millions. I'm him.
I never asked you for money, your platform, your help, any of it. That's solid, man. That's solid. I didn't want what you had. I just wanted to be treated like I mattered, like a human fucking being. But even then, even that felt like too much for you. It probably bothered you that I wasn't impressed, that I didn't melt for your image, your ego, your self-importance, that I saw right through you and still gave you the chance to be real.
All of this is just whole babble. This is all just whole babble. She ain't said not a single thing yet.
But that version of you, the one who could actually care, you never fucking existed. And then came your one grand fucking gesture. Flowers, candy, a teddy bear, and a card. The first thing you ever bothered to give me. The last thing that felt remotely real. The card said, Nami, the way I feel about you is real. You are so wonderful, so gentle and kind. Not to mention sexy. Bro, what? Bro, you couldn't have just... You couldn't have just like just...
Nigga, stop. You're not... No.
Been cutesy wootsy? You had to add that part? I miss you and I hope this puts a big old smile on that pretty face. Corey. It felt like maybe finally something was different. Okay. For a split second, I let it crack my armor. I let it believe you. When you called me that night and poured out a heart to heart, said I made a lot of mistakes, but you were never one of them. I fucking cried because even after everything, I still wanted to believe you were capable of being good to me. And then the next day, someone told me they saw you in California with another girl. I already knew where you were going. You told me that part.
Shit. Corey sound more like Samson than David. Corey out here is like, he preaching the gospel, but he fucking these hoes. He's like, I fight for God, but I like some pussy too.
But you never said who you were going with, so I assumed it was your family. That's how it always was with you. I never really knew what you were doing, just whatever pieces you decided to share. All I did was ask, calmly, the way anyone seeing someone would. I'm not the type to pry or get jealous over nothing, but when the details don't add up, I pay attention. In fact, I'm the same way. But you snapped at me. You said it was your sister.
Hold on, baby. Daddy working right now. Go ask mom. What you want? Okay, go ask mommy. Okay? All right, good girl.
Got defensive.
My bad. Let me go back a little bit.
The way anyone seeing someone would. I'm not the type to pry or get jealous over nothing, but when the details don't add up, I pay attention. In fact, I'm the same way. but you snapped at me. You said it was your sister. Got defensive. I wasn't accusing you of shit. I just wanted the truth. But your reaction said everything, even if it really was your sister. The guilt always slipped out before you could cover it. You always gave yourself away, and then you ghosted again. Do you know what kind of pattern that does to someone? It rewires your nervous system. It teaches you not to trust softness, not to believe kindness. It makes you think that if something feels good, it's probably...
Okay, so far, the only thing that I've heard this chick really say is that she feels led on by Cory. She feels like Cory wasn't taking her as seriously as she would have liked. He was even talking to her in such a way that made her feel like bro really loved her or had very strong feelings about her or cared about her a lot, only for her to then allegedly find out shortly after that bro was in another state, moving around with another chick. Okay, right. So if anything here, if we are going to give what she's saying the benefit of the doubt and like completely believe her and look at Cory as the bad guy, the worst thing you could say about Cory is that bro's a player. That's lit. That's literally the absolute worst case situation. Cory is a player. You know what I'm saying? He be selling hoes dreams. He's selling them fantasies. You know what I'm saying? And shit, nigga, that is way worse things in the world to be than a fucking player, bro. You know, yeah, I guess you could say, and that's if we gonna believe her. She could be completely misrepresenting the situation. Trust me, bro. She seemed like the crazy delusional type. And so we got to leave room for that as well. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only conflict is his fucking, his Christian kind of image a little bit. Bro don't even curse on stream or anything like that. And so I guess that could be a little bit of a conflict. But the good thing about Cory and the way he practices his Christianity, he's never been this like holier than thou moral person. You're going to hell. You got to repent and believe in Jesus, da, 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 da. You know, and some people might argue that that is the way Christianity should be practiced. But I think more and more common now is people thinking that, you know what I'm saying, you should be more chill with the shit. Like even Christians think you should just be more chill with the shit. And so, you know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. That's all I'm seeing.
That was the real you, not the sweet, funny persona that you flashed on camera. Just a selfish, image-obsessed coward who cared more about looking good than being good. You couldn't even stay in the same room as your own consequences because accountability doesn't get likes, right? Tearing his ass up. I spent so long asking what was wrong with me, wondering how I could show up with my whole heart and still not be enough, trying to be softer, quieter, easier to love. But the truth is, I was never asking for too much. I just kept pouring into someone who never planned to give anything back. That's facts. That's facts.
That's facts. Listen, I don't have no sympathy for a chick that gets led on, nor do I have any sympathy for a guy that gets led on. Like, stop living in a delusional world. You should know what you want, and if you don't get it, leave. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You want a monogamous, dedicated relationship where you're trying to go towards the direction of possibly even starting a family with each other, then you should be very clear, like, is that what this is? And if it's not, peace out. Right? You can't now allow yourself to be led on for years and years and years and years. And when you don't get what you want, you now say, bro, like manipulated you or tricked you. You knew what this shit was. You knew what it was. Come on now.
You knew how badly I wanted to be loved. So you breadcrumbed just enough affection to keep me hoping, then called me crazy for wanting more. And still, I gave you the benefit of the doubt every time. I let your excuses rewrite the truth, just so it would hurt a little less. I held your chaos like it was love, because that's all you ever offered. I kept handing you chances, kept trying to make sense of the hurt, kept believing maybe there was something good in you worth holding on to. But that part.
Wait for the text. All right. We'll see if it gets worse from here.
It's on me. But everything after that, that's all you. So this is before all that stuff even happened. You know, I'm just wondering, what made her want to stay for so long? Well, I'm not taking away from what's going on right now, but you know, if everything is happening afterward, like if that happened after, why did she stay around for so long?
Because she wanted to be with this nigga. She was very much okay with the arrangements. That's why she stayed. She wanted to be with him.
Obviously, he's a pretty shit dude from what this is coming from. Why would you stay?
How?
Let's keep going. Part 2. This was just the beginning. Part 2 comes late tonight and it only gets heavier. Oh my lord. So when did this come out? 23 hours. So last night. Wow.
Okay, part 2.
This is where it gets worse.
All right. Now show me some real shit now. Come on, let's
And then
go.
came the Xbox messages. It wasn't even what you said. It was how you casually said it. It was how you casually said it. Like nothing you'd done had ever left a scar. Like you hadn't already shattered me once and just gotten bored. Okay, so what's up? You still seeing someone? Why do you ask? Because I'm trying to fuck your life up some more. What the fuck type of asshole type shit is that?
That's foul. I ain't gonna lie, Corey, you wrong for that, bro. You wrong for that. You can't say shit like that, nigga. You can't. Bro, that's insane.
What? That was a joke. Jeez. I was just...
That's toxic. I can't even cap, bro. That's toxic. And shit, nigga. All right, let's keep it going.
asking. Never heard you curse before. That's why it threw me off. Like it was funny. Like it was cute. As if the pain you caused the first time wasn't real. The confusion, the trauma, the effing aftermath. All just a joke now that you were bored again. My chest locked up. I wasn't even surprised.
These messages are fake, by the way. Yeah, I mean, this is all allegedly. We don't know if this is Corey for real.
Furious, you still had the audacity to crawl back in like you were welcome. Like I'd let you ruin me again for your own entertainment. You didn't come back to make
that sound like gamer banter? It does, bro. It sound like gamer Riz. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't think Corey, you know what I'm saying? Corey's a gamer, bro. He a nerd. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he would ever say no fucking shit like that, bro.
Right. You came back because fucking with me made you feel powerful. Because you knew I used to let you in. Because you counted on the damage you did to keep me soft. Because you thought I'd be too broken to fight back. Because I wanted me. Wanted me how? Like how I've had you.
Because
like
I
in a relationship
wanted,
type of way or something
okay.
else. Like something else.
Like something else.
That's kind of messed up. I wasn't a toy. I know that. I wasn't just about to message you after a year and ask you to be my girlfriend.
Okay. All right. Because I wanted you. Wanted me how? Like I've had you. You saying I want you the same way I had you in the past. She said like in a relationship type of way or something else. You said like something else. You know, y'all was never in a relationship. Okay. That's kind of messed up. I wasn't a toy. I know that I wasn't just about to message you after a year and ask you to be my girlfriend. Bro saying, hey, I'm just trying to get the cheeks. Like if you remove the whole Christian aspect of it, if you can just pause that for a second. At worst, you can criticize his like Riz, the way his text game is a little like it's not good. It isn't. I'll be real with you. It isn't, but it's too strong, it's too aggressive, but I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's like evil or immoral or anything like that. If anything, he's being incredibly transparent about what his intentions are, which completely debunks this idea that he was leading you on, selling you a dream that y'all was going to be married with kids and 2.5 kids and a fucking golden retriever. Like clearly this nigga was very like transparent about what he wanted. He wanted a casual romantic relationship. That's very common, very normal.
But I guess I was just a good fuck for you. Yeah. When you said relationship, I thought you meant I was just going to ask you out. Nah, I mean you were. That's not all you were. Wait. I mean you were, but that's not all you were. Anyway, doesn't matter, you're with someone. That's how it felt at the time. Even if I wasn't, I wouldn't have let you again. And when I did that with you is something I just don't do with anyone.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Yeah. You're always the only nigga she's ever done this with. I've never done this before. I don't do this. I don't usually do this with other people. Just you.
You wouldn't have let me fuck again. LOL. No, I wouldn't. I'm glad.
Wait, what did you just say right there? You wouldn't have let me fuck again? LOL? No, I wouldn't. Corey's like, I don't believe you.
Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
I had you doing the most nasty shit. You want me to believe that?
I'm glad. I'm the same. I don't fuck anyone. Double bummer. The difference between you and I, though, is that I don't do it with just anyone because I was SA'd. I'm not
Double bummer.
saying
Of course. Corey's he a little bit of an Oreo.
that for you to feel bad or whatever, but for you to understand. I know you told me that. I didn't know I got lumped into the category with the person that did that because I was being used for that.
Wait. The difference between you and I, though, is that I don't do it with just anyone because I was SA'd. I'm not saying that for you to feel bad or whatever, but for you to understand. Okay, so she's saying she went through this traumatic experience at some point, and because of that, she's very hesitant who she gets in bed with. Okay, we can take that at her word. That's a very real thing. Women, you know what I'm saying, experience foul shit, and it makes them scared. It's trauma. That's a real thing. But notice she is not accusing him of being the perpetrator of that. She's just saying because of that in her past, she don't like to lie down with any and everybody. I don't necessarily believe that, but we can run with it. Then she says, I know you told me that. I didn't know I got lumped into the category with the person that did that. So he's saying, wait, you looking at me the same way you looking at this dude that did you foul in the past? And she's saying, because I was being used for that, I guess that time when you told me how you felt was not real too.
That time when you told me how you felt was not real too.
Okay. All right.
Do you hear yourself? You knew I survived SA. You knew how hard it was to feel safe in my own body. And you used that as leverage just to remind
What's that noise?
me how far you've gotten.
That's the background music. Okay. Do you hear yourself? You knew I survived SA. You knew how hard it was to feel safe in my own body. You used that as leverage just to remind me of how far you've gotten. Threw it in my face like I should be flattered. I'm not seeing anything here.
Threw it in my face like I should be flattered. You kept forgiving me.
You didn't want me. You wanted access. The version of me who froze when things felt wrong, who kept forgiving you because I thought love was supposed to hurt. When I pushed back, you got defensive. I don't know why I'm lumped into that category. F you, you put yourself there. You just said in the post that I put up that to clarify, this is why she had to clarify. This is why she had to clarify that she was not accusing. She was not accusing bro. 1 second. So, there you go, girl. Good girl. Good girl. Being quiet. Good girl. This is my dog, Puppy. I'm training her. Be quiet while we stream. Good girl. Here. Good girl. Look, on the ground. She'll find it. Let me just pull up the tweet to remind y'all what I'm talking about, bro. Just to remind y'all, she had to clarify. For clarification, he did not SA me. Because the way she said that shit right here, you put yourself there. It's like she's implying that Corey did something to put him in her eyes in the same category as the guy who violated her in the past. But clearly that's not how she really feels about him.
You got defensive.
She's just trying to make this nigga seem bad. And remember, all we're seeing is her word. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have no idea what their relationship was like, what she was like in the relationship.
I don't know why I'm lumped in that category. F you. You put yourself there. You crossed lines you had no right to, and you knew exactly what you were doing. Then you tried to
This music. I'll read it. You crossed lines you had no right to, and you knew exactly what you were doing. Whatever those lines were, it didn't involve SA, though. She's already clarified that, so I don't know what line she's talking about. Then you tried to backpedal like everything could be undone if you called it a mistake, but it wasn't a mistake. It was you being you. All right, so far, the worst thing this nigga's done is possibly sell this chick a dream to some degree, which I'm telling you guys, chicks like this, everything that I'm seeing, from the way she's talking to the way she looks, and you can't always judge a book by its cover, but I've seen this before. What I'm seeing here is a chick that was probably incredibly clingy, incredibly obsessed with Cory, very infatuated with him. Like, she was in love with this nigga, but to an unhealthy degree. And Cory probably found her attractive, and there were probably things about her that he enjoyed and liked, not the least of which was the intimacy. But the reason they could not even be together, more than likely, is because of how fucking crazy she is, bro. Like, the emotional mess. And Cory has to take responsibility in even choosing to, you know, mess around with a chick like this, because this is how it can end up. When somebody who is emotionally unstable and is obsessive over you, the longer you lead them on, the more unhealthy the attachment and the obsession becomes. And it gets to a point where it's incredibly fucking like intense, which will lead you to ghosting them, which will lead you to be like, I just can't fucking do this shit no more. The buns ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? The fun times we've had together ain't worth it.
I think you could be, like, everything could be undone if you called it a mistake. But it wasn't a mistake. It was you being you. Backpedal. You were never used for sex. I need to make sure.
Okay, backpedal. You were never used for sex. I need to make sure you understand that I loved you. Like I said, didn't have my shit together. Okay, so he's saying, he's trying to make it about him. You loved me. How is that possible?
You understand that. I loved you.
You know, God damn it, bro. This dude sold the video. Why would he not mute the audio? Okay. Then you had the nerve to say, I loved you back then. I just didn't have my shit together. Really? You had the money, that platform, the fans, the house, the car, everything. You had every tool to be a decent human being, and you still chose to be careless with someone you claimed you loved. This is just fucking relationship bullshit, bro. That's all this is. I didn't have my shit together either, but I still showed up with heart, with honesty, with care. I never used my chaos and as an excuse to mind fuck someone else. But I guess empathy doesn't hit the same when the mirror's not pointed at you, because if someone can say I loved you after they already destroyed you, what the fuck does love you? Well, what did he do though? Sounds to me that he just cooled off. You know, he cooled off of you. He ghosted you, left you, broke up with you, stopped fucking with you, whatever. And that destroyed you. But it wasn't like he did anything malicious. He just didn't want to be with you for whatever reason. Apparently, according to him, a lot of that had to do with him, his emotional state, his mental state. I mean, a dude isn't one of the most successful YouTubers in the world with a diehard cultish fan base and takes these kinds of breaks off on a regular basis unless he is going through something mentally, emotionally, spiritually, something. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that might be a huge part of the reason why he never committed. But regardless, you can't paint this as if this nigga did something evil.
And if anyone else is reading this, I want you to really ask yourself something. How would you feel? Would you keep making excuses for him? Would you still tell yourself?
Okay. I want you to ask yourself, how would you feel? Would you keep making excuses for him? Would you still tell yourself it wasn't that bad because I did for this bitch talking like he was beating on her. Ain't that crazy? He's talking like he was either they were together in a monogamous relationship and he was cheating on her constantly or beating on her. Like he was giving her STDs or some shit. Like he ain't doing none of that. Because I promise you, if he did, you would have heard about it. And so the real problem here is she just couldn't come to terms with the fact that Cory didn't want her the way she wanted him to want her. That's all it was. And now maybe, you know what I'm saying, she's just gotten to that point where she's finally accepted that. And now she wants to try and damage his reputation as some form of revenge.
It wasn't that bad because I did for a long time. I held in everything while they held him up.
Yeah, so Cory's being accused of being a bad boyfriend. That's essentially it. That's essentially it. And the internet's such a crazy place, though, that is enough, depending on how you respond to it as the creator and how your fan base necessarily might respond to it. Look at Gus Johnson, bro. I think Gus Johnson is a great example, a parallel to this. Way more intense, though. That situation was way crazier than what I'm seeing right in front of me. But, you know, that was also a situation where bro was literally crucified by the internet for being not the best boyfriend.
What makes it worse is how many people still praise you, how many people don't know who you really are, how many built their platforms just by orbiting errors, and while all of that was happening, something else started happening to me. What would you do if the nurse called your name? What would you do if the
Okay, what would you do if the nurse called your name and the moment you sat down, the world stopped making sense? TNBC stage 3A aggressive. Now, for the record, that is a form of breast cancer. She had some kind of aggressive breast cancer news. You're staring at the doctor's mouth, but the sound's already gone. No tears, just shock, like your soul stepped out of your body and left you alone to hold the news. Heart slamming against your ribs, tunnel vision, thoughts collapsing under words like chemo, mastectomy, radiation, and outside the pandemic, make sure no one's there to catch you.
no tears, just shock. Like you're
All right, not to be insensitive, but what the fuck that got to do with Corey? Right? That's really unfortunate that you caught that disease. You got that cancer hit you. What that got to do with to Corey? You're isolated, terrified, too stunned to tell more than a handful of people because you barely believe it yourself. You walk out knowing your life's just shattered, yet somehow you still have to keep walking. Okay, yeah, that's unfortunate. I wish that on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to the doctor and hear I got stage 3 cancer of any kind. What would you do if the nurse, all right, we already passed that. I guess he going back.
stage.
He looking that shit up. All right, we passed this. I reached out to people not for comfort, but for closure, because when you've survived trauma like mine and you're forced to face the possibility that your story could end early, you do what feels right for your soul, whether anyone else understands or not. Okay. And also the way she's writing this like this is an anime fanfic or flick or some shit. All right, so I reached out to you. It's so like dramatic, you know what I mean? So I reached out to you. She put the music. I didn't reach out because I was weak. I did it because my time was up. I wasn't taking your unfinished damage with me. All right. Okay, so she wanted to talk to Corey after she found out that she got this shit.
Because when
All right, and what did you say? That was the most passive aggressive cancer reveal ever. LOL. So that's what she said. Corey said, allegedly. Notice how she does not show us what she said. Maybe it was. Maybe it was the most passive aggressive cancer reveal ever. Maybe she approached Corey out of the blue to tell him she got cancer, and the way she articulated it, she took it as an opportunity to try and guilt or shame Corey. And so Corey's like, that was passive aggressive as fuck. Now, again, Corey's made several mistakes here texting. This ain't how you supposed to text, bro. Even if this is what you're thinking, that ain't what you should say in the text message. You know what I'm saying? It opens you up for shit like this, right? Like people say, when you're famous, bro, and a celebrity and all that, especially at his scale, you should never send a text that you don't want leaked. That could make you look bad. You feel me? You don't ever want to send a text, an email, nothing.
What? What? No way. No.
She intentionally hid this shit. That's why she has the keyboard up, by the way. You know what I'm saying? If you go to your text message app and go to especially if you got an iPhone, go to here, I was just you know, texting my boy Berto, right? And we talking about dogs and puppies and shit. He got a Doberman and all that. He was sending me shit. Anyway, right? This is just the last person I was texting. You notice how the keyboard is hidden? You gotta actually press the keyboard to bring it up. And then she probably scrolled up to hide the context of the message. Because if she revealed that, it would probably make her look incredibly passive aggressive, and people would understand why someone wouldn't respond with a high degree of sympathy after you've told them about your medical condition.
Way. That's crazy, dog. Wow. That was the most passive aggressive cancer reveal ever. Are you serious, dude? That wasn't just cold. It was fucking cruel. It hit harder than the diagnosis itself. If that kind of cruelty comes easily, were they ever human at all?
Were they ever human? This is all fucking bullshit, bro. I'm telling you.
You know what's crazy? Because that is some dickhead ass shit. Like, that right there kind of shows you the type of empathy.
Niggas is so ready. Shout out to YRG Sam 23 with a sub, bro. Niggas is so ready to fucking watch the Giants fall, bro. They love that shit. They love it. They love seeing niggas like, you know what I'm saying, get caught up and love hating on niggas, bro. I'm so glad that I don't got that fucking disease. You know what I'm saying? I used to. I ain't even gonna pretend like there ain't a small part of me that used to get like, not happy like I'm happy to see you lose, but I realize now it was just a form of jealousy. You know what I'm saying? It's really, but once you realize that you can have whatever you want in this life by just focusing your energy and aligning with a certain mindset, you stop ever getting jealous. You stop hating on people. You start celebrating when you see niggas winning, especially the niggas that are unconventional. Like, oh, this person don't look like they supposed to be as successful as they are because maybe they're not that good looking. Maybe they're not that talented. Maybe they're not that funny, da-da-da. Those are the niggas that people love to hate. People that are successful and you can't really understand why it is that they so successful. I see niggas like that. That shit is extra motivating. Because to me, that's evidence that there are no rules in this. To me, that's evidence that you don't got to be a certain kind of way or move a certain kind of way in order to accomplish anything. It's all about aligning energetically with that reality that you want to see manifested in your life. And you know what I'm saying? There is no one right way to get there. And so me personally, I don't hop on hate bandwagons, bro. You got to really do some foul shit for me to be like, oh, you're fucked up.
The type of person he is, the type of personality he has, because what type of response is that? Especially when it's someone that is coming to you just looking for some type of support, someone that you know loves you and just wants to hear some words of encouragement. That's crazy, dog. That is so crazy. I lived, and when I came out on the other side, I wasn't alone. I was held by people who love me with no agenda. That's what healing looks like. That's what love actually is. That was the moment I realized who you really were. That was the moment. You knew my fucking story. You know I'd already been through hell. You watched your own mother go through it. You saw what it did to your own family. You felt what that word means. The fear, the fight, the way it rips everything apart. And you said it anyway. So what the fuck was your excuse? No question, no compassion, just a joke. Because anyone who can witness your pain and feel absolutely nothing was never someone with a soul to begin with.
Also, we don't know how their relationship left off or ended off. We don't know the many sins that this woman has committed. I really hope Corey don't fucking respond to this shit with no long drawn out video, bro, explaining himself or none like that. You know what I'm saying? I do think I wouldn't respond, bro. Honestly, I wouldn't. If you're going to respond, bro, you got to keep that shit like less than 4 sentences, bro. A paragraph, nigga. A paragraph. And she didn't have the balls to go on video and talk. So nigga, you don't go on video and talk. You post a response the way she posted her allegation in a fucking Instagram story. 1 paragraph, completely like squashing this shit, bro. Not on no defensive like da 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 da, but on some like, you know, what would I do if I was Corey and this was her? I'd say, Mm, you know what I'd say? I'd probably say shit is crazy. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. That's it. I'd leave it at that. I just say that shit is crazy. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. She don't got nothing, bro. She has nothing. She has no this is as bad as it gets. You know what I'm saying? I guess it just depends on if she got more ammunition. I don't think she do, bro.
Heartless. Even after I cut the cord, I couldn't breathe because you weren't just a person I left behind.
Yeah, honestly, the best thing would be for him to not respond, bro. He shouldn't respond at all. That would be the best thing. It's hard, bro. It's difficult. Like in a situation like this, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I feel like the way how Mr. Beast handled his drama was perfect. Mr. Beast handled his shit perfectly.
You were a name the internet wouldn't let me forget. You were still everyone's favorite post, and no one knew what it cost me. Your fans kept showing up in my DMs acting like they had insight, but they didn't know a damn thing. And of course, there was N. Who was N? She found me through your Xbox friends list, checked my profile, saw my IG in the bio, and followed me. But I didn't know that yet. Who was N? Just another gamer sliding in. Nothing strange at first. Then one day she posted you on her IG stories, and something in me paused. Part 3 next. Yo, this is wicked, bro. This is wicked. All right, part 3. Part 3. They were watching me too. Uh-oh. So I asked, "Oh, you're a fan of Cory?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm not." She followed up with, "Why?" It came off like a curious question, like maybe she knew more than she was letting on. But I wasn't about to assume. So I kept it short. We dated. It didn't work out. I didn't realize how she even found me until later. After that, I want the music to play in the background, but it's not gonna fucking let me. All right, never mind.
I don't want the music to play.
Guess we're just gonna. All right. After that post in our conversation, something felt off. So I did some digging, and saw she was following you on Xbox. That's when it clicked. She must have found me through Xbox. I don't know how many others she did that with. At the time, she hadn't done anything weird. She seemed nice, just another follower showing support. We had light conversations, nothing alarming. She liked some posts, message here and there. And when you're a creator, that kind of thing happens all the time.
I just thought of what Cory should say, bro. I just thought of what Cory should say. Fucking this verse from the Bible, especially because you're a Christian and you like to rep Jesus, he should say, he should quote, one of the quotes from the gospel, bro, where but Jesus was kept silent and gave no answer. Again, the high priest was questioning him and saying, are you the Christ, the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One? And then, you know, there are like 4 verses in the New Testament, multiple verses where Jesus is being interrogated before his crucifixion, and he was just quiet. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were leveling the worst accusations they could against this man, and he was innocent, right? And he was just quiet. He should just put that verse, like quote the verse, not even put the right, just the chapter and verse on his story, and then move on. That would be cool.
Time, so I didn't overthink it. Yeah, that's facts. But the vibe was off. Like she was watching more than connecting. I didn't have proof, just a gut feeling, and I should have listened to it. Then the anonymous IG account showed up. They started calling her out directly.
But nah, y'all are right. The best move is for him to not respond at all, bro. That would actually be the very best move.
At first, the way they worded it made it sound like I was part of the problem too, but that wasn't the case. I messaged them directly to clear it up. They listened. They removed the part about me. That's when they clarified. They weren't trying to come for me. They were trying to warn me, and they were calling N out. Oh, is N one of the ops? She an agent? They didn't have my full story, but they knew enough to see that you weren't good to me. And somehow N knew too, before she even interacted with me. That's when things started to click. Because this wasn't new behavior. N had done this before. Turns out she had a reputation in her space, though I didn't know that then. I was still assuming someone, especially you, might step in and shut the chaos down. The account eventually explained their full intent. They wanted the truth out, about you mostly, but also about N. For the cruel, manipulative shit she was doing in your community, inserting herself into the lives of the women you were connected to, digging, meddling, then twisting things. Huh?
I don't even know what she's talking about here.
N messaged you directly, tried to paint her own version of the story, one where I was the problem. And you were aware of what was happening, but you never asked me what was going on, never checked in, never even questioned your name, never even questioned why your name was suddenly tangled in quiet drama. You just watched it unfold like it had nothing to do with you. And not long after that, one of your close friends, Brandon, someone who had never acknowledged me, suddenly started watching my IG stories like clockwork. Like he was assigned. Like you were waiting to speak, to see if I'd finally speak. It's weird activity.
Yeah, she's making assumptions here. She's very paranoid. She's very in her head.
Gang. Oh, and the receipts. Oh, yeah, she is not playing, y'all.
Okay,
Nope.
a mutual person followed you on Instagram and is watching your stories. That automatically means Corey has assigned him to spy on you and report. You don't think Corey could just make a burner IG and just follow you? That would be way easier.
No apology, no courage, just surveillance. And although I hate drama, and this was never something I wanted to be a part of, especially when I was minding my own damn business, it started to feel like a sign, a push I didn't ask for, but maybe needed. And looking back, I'm grateful. Because of that, I met the others, the other women you heard. One by one, I got introduced to more of them. Women with stories, women with messages they never sent, women who saw the same patterns. She gonna bring those up too? The same affection when it benefited you, the same withdrawal when emotions got real. Blame always shifted onto the other person. For the first time in a long time, the weight I'd been dragging alone didn't feel so heavy anymore. We weren't alone. We weren't broken, just convinced we were. And we weren't broken just convinced we were. They stayed quiet just like I did because they didn't think their voice would matter, because it's easier to carry the pain than to explain it. But the pain doesn't need permission to be real. Maybe I was meant to be the one to speak until they're ready too. If more comes out very soon, this is going to be insane, bro. They are not alone because everyone deserves that moment. The one where it's safe to exhale, to feel seen, to be remembered, to be heard, to remember they're real. And this is my story to tell, and theirs to protect until they're ready. Why speak now? As if timing ever made the truth more comfortable. Because I was tired of living like your name held more weight than my voice. Tired of wondering if speaking would get me hurt or destroyed. Afraid that the
What did he do? He didn't do anything. What did he do? He didn't do anything.
second I said your name.
She has not said a single thing yet that he did. Worst you could say is, bro, let her on. But it don't even seem like, you know what I'm saying? It more like she fooled herself. It don't even seem like bro was trying to like, oh, I'm about to marry you. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? He said he cared about you. He said he loved you. Maybe he did. That don't mean that he's gonna put a ring on your finger. You know what I'm saying?
People would stop seeing me and start labeling me. That the world would care more about protecting your reputation than hearing what you did. While everything I am, everything I built, risk being overshadowed by you. Some people told me to stay quiet, thinking it would protect me, but that kind of protection still hurt because it made me feel like the world wasn't ready to hear the truth. And maybe it still isn't. Maybe they'll still side with you. But I'd rather be hated for telling the truth than stay silent to protect your comfort or their denial. This was never about revenge. This is about accountability. You wore kindness in public and cruelty in private, and silence helped you get away with both. I'm done swallowing my story so you can keep your fake reputation intact. Why didn't I
This isn't about revenge. You're cruel in private. You have a fake reputation.
Because fuck, I was human. Because I wanted to believe he wasn't as cold as he acted. Because part of me thought love meant fighting through the worst. People love to ask, why didn't you leave? Like they've never clung to the wrong person out of hope. Like they've never swallowed their own voice just to keep the peace. But they never.
That's still all your fault. If you're with somebody and you're not getting what you want out of a relationship and you stay with them, that is 1000% your fault. That has nothing to do with the other person. You have your own problems to deal with. Why you won't allow yourself to move on from somebody who isn't giving you what you desire. You have your own, you're insecure. You're, you know what I'm saying, emotionally attached to this person in an unhealthy way.
Why did he make it so hard? Why did he keep coming back just enough to confuse me? Why did he never let me go, but never fully choose me either? I didn't stay because I was weak. I stayed because I wanted to believe it would get better. Because I forgot what I was worth. Because I didn't know how much damage had been done. Because when you're constantly made to feel like you're the issue, you start believing pain is what you deserve. But I'm not that girl anymore. Even soft girls snap when they've had enough. And I fucking had enough. And behind all of that, life was fucking heavy. I was dragging pain nobody could see, trying to survive shit I couldn't even name. And let me get one thing straight. I didn't write this for you to believe me. I'm not here to ruin him. I'm not asking you to pick sides. I'm asking.
That's 100% what you're doing. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? That's 100. What is the point of this? What is the goal of this here? I'm not here to ruin him. What is? You have no crimes. He committed no crimes. There is no potential of you suing this nigga for money, of you putting him in jail. There's nothing there, right? So what is the purpose, the point of doing this? It is an attempt to ruin the man's reputation try and paint him as this evil, manipulative guy that, you know what I'm saying, did all this horrible shit to you, but you haven't given any evidence of any horrible shit that he's done. It's not a crime to not commit to you exclusively. That's not a crime.
Sit with the truth, even if it makes
and if you realize that's not what it is and that's what you don't want, it then becomes your responsibility to stop engaging with him romantically.
sick. He hurt people, he manipulated, discarded, and walked away clean every time. I'm not the first and I won't be the last until someone finally says something. I didn't speak up for years, not because I had nothing to say, but because I knew this world treats women who speak against men with, but because I knew how this world treats women who speak against men with status. Not really. I mean, if you're telling the truth, we're going to respect that. I knew I'd be labeled bitter, jealous, unstable. I knew his fans would tear me down before they ever tried to understand me. If someone has proof that someone is being abused and you still ride for that person and not condemn them because you like their content, you're a lame. You're a bot.
There is no abuse here. I see zero abuse. I see maybe at most self-abuse brought on by delusion. That's what I see, possibly. I don't see no abuse here. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I don't even see any evidence of Cory selling you a dream. I see you haven't showed me a single text of him even, you know what I'm saying, doing the fucking pump fake, like text of him saying how he gonna do this and that for you and how he's only want to be with you and da-da-da. Like, I ain't even see that.
And you're a piece of shit. There's no excuse to not acknowledge things with evidence. I think she has all the evidence in the world. You can't combat this. There's no way you can misinterpret.
What's the crime? What's the crime? So go ahead, tell us exactly what the crime here is.
That video that she did. He literally said what he did and why he did it. Anyways, because I knew I'd be labeled bitter, jealous, unstable. I knew his fans would tear me down before they ever tried to understand me, because I knew people would stop seeing me and only see who I was connected to. You don't know me, but you don't know him either. You don't know the version he shows you. The one you want to believe.
Lack of sympathy is not a fucking crime, dude. It's not even if you think that Cory was. Now again, she hid what she said before. So it's like, imagine if I spit in your face and then told you I was sick. Am I supposed to expect you to still go, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're sick. I'm so sorry you're sick. So she don't even let us see what she said when she revealed to bro that she had cancer for us to then be able to fairly assess whether or not bro really was just being a heartless asshole, or if he had some amount of justification in being like, what the fuck is this? You're trying to tell me you have cancer and you wrap it up in all this bullshit. You're accusing me of shit and, you know, saying all this foul shit about me. Sorry you got cancer, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was. So if you want to excuse him, go ahead, but own what you're defending, because now you're a part of it. You're not defending a good man, you're defending a mask. You can side with him, just don't act surprised when more stories surface. You've been warned. He didn't just hurt me, he hurt many. Your loyalty to him doesn't make you brave, it makes you blind. To the girl still watching him with hearts in your eyes, thinking you'd be the exception because you're different, prettier, more understanding, more quote unquote his type, you won't be. He doesn't need a better woman, he needs to become a better man, and he won't. You could be stunning, soft, loyal, everything he wants, everything he claims he wants, and still it won't be.
You're assuming that he thinks you're that. You have no idea if that's true.
Won't stop what's coming. Because he doesn't just hurt people, he mentally chips away at them. He makes you question your worth, your memory, your tone, your reactions. That's not just bad communication, that's emotional and mental.
Given zero evidence that that's what he's like.
Now ask yourself this. Would he stay if things got real, messy, vulnerable, human? Would he show up when there's nothing in it for him? Would he make you feel safe or just make sure he feels comfortable? Would he be there if your life fell apart tomorrow? You don't have to wait for proof. The red flags are already there. If you love yourself, leave now, before you lose pieces of your mind, your heart, and your identity. Trying to decode a man who was never meant to be held, because no version of yourself, not the strongest, beautiful, or most forgiving, can fix a man who's addicted to power over your soul. Find someone who doesn't destroy the people who love him. To those who looked up to him, I know your experience may have been different. Some of you found comfort in his content, maybe.
I'm not trying to ruin him. This isn't revenge. I don't want you to pick sides. She's a liar, bro.
Even hope when you need it the most. And I won't take that from you. But the truth I've shared here is mine. It may be hard to read. It was even hard. Oh my God. Every time I try to, it may be hard to read. It was even harder to live through and write about. If this changes how you see him, I'm sorry for what that takes from you. But I couldn't keep swallowing my pain just to protect the version of him the world wanted to believe in. I know not everyone will be ready to hear this. Some will deny it, some will defend it, some will twist it into something it's not, because facing the truth is harder than holding on to the version they were shown.
Twist it into something it's not? It's barely anything. I don't see anything here.
People will say what they want. They always do. I didn't write this for them. I wrote it because I was there and they weren't. That's the only difference that matters. You know, I want her to add a timeline. Like, I kind of want to know a timeline of all the things that went down, because I'm not seeing the part where she mentions when. No extra words, no permission, no apology, just truth. Is that it? That's it. Yo, what the fuck? This is crazy, dude. I don't understand how so many big creators have scandals on them right now.
Yeah, this is nothing. This is literally nothing. There's nothing here at all. Worst case scenario, you just found out another creator that, you know what I'm saying, reps Jesus isn't perfect. What a shocker. What else? And that Corey likes, you know what I'm saying? Corey be cracking these emo chicks. This is low-key what come with it, bro. These broken, horribly insecure, obsessive chicks, bro. This is what comes with that, man. This is what comes with that. So, yeah. I guess we'll have to just wait and see how a few things play out. One, does he respond? He really shouldn't. He should not respond at all. That's really what he should do. In fact, he's already not been posting. He should just continue to not post. And this nigga should just come back after a few more months, since this nigga like to take long breaks anyway. Come back after a few more months, play a video game, drop a vlog, move on with his life. Don't give this any energy, any time of day, nothing. He committed 0 crimes. There's nothing here. So we have to see what he does. And then it'll be interesting to see what the online commentary space says about this. From what I've seen on Twitter, niggas is already jumping the gun and trying to label Corey as this abusive, like, wicked nigga. This thing, he ain't do shit, bro. So, yeah. He just came back. When's the last time Corey posted? Let's see. Niggas are just hungry, bro. Niggas is just hungry for drama.
Grab the crank.
He last posted 3 weeks ago. Look at this. 7 million views. Before that, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. All right. So he was posting fairly consistently, like, looks like 1 video a week or so. Then he stopped. Nigga, just keep it pushing. Don't come. In fact, if he really wanted to be gangsters, he shouldn't do anything inspired by this event. If he was already planning to come back and stream or to drop a video, he should do that. If he wasn't planning to post again anytime soon, he should do that. He should act as if this didn't even happen. That is honestly what he should do. He shouldn't even be blocking niggas in the comment section. If he posts videos and niggas are like, are you going to address the allegations? Are you going to address the allegations? He shouldn't even block them. He should not do shit. That is the highest level of, spiritual maneuvering with this situation to make it go away as fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? People just want the fire. They want the drama. They want the storm. If you don't give them that, they will stop caring immediately, because there is nothing here. There is nothing.